Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to Comic Book Talk Podcast for May 21st, 2019. I'm Chris Adams, the Tekken Master, joined by.
Buff Larkin. And I would just like to say something you Tekken. Hey, baby.
Whatever.
There you go. A little inside joke from the. If ever, anytime any pregame show is ever recorded by Tekken, I would sue them because of what we talk about. That's all I'm saying. I would sue you, Tekken, for all the money you got. So if you have that $5 for me, mail it all over to me. All right. There you go. All right. So what are we here to talk about today, young Tekken?
One thing for sure is the Avengers Endgame.
Yes. It came out early this month. And how many times have you seen it now,
I've
Tekken?
only seen it once.
Only seen it once. And where did you see it?
I saw it in IMAX.
And at what time? Because you were one of those crazy cats. You'll go at like 4 in the
It was like
morning.
10 at night, I think.
Oh, that's not
or
bad.
something.
Because last time you said you saw, I think you went and saw the previous Avenger movie, and it was like 2 in the morning, and it was you and there was only one other guy in the thing, and he kept, during the movie, moving an aisle closer to you every bit till he was right beside you. And it was just you two sitting beside each other the whole time. And he had this big bucket of popcorn in his lap, and he kept asking if you wanted some popcorn. Isn't that true?
No.
Oh, okay. It must have been somebody else then. That's good. All right. So, okay. So, did you do any pre-watching? Did you watch any of the older Avengers ones to get you geared up for this?
Yeah. Let me pull up my list, actually, because I had a list of, Okay, so, before Endgame, I watched, because I wasn't going to watch all of them, because I did that last year before Infinity War, and I was like, never again. That was way too much. So I did Avengers, Age of Ultron, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Guardians 1, Guardians 2, Thor Ragnarok, Infinity War, and then the Ant-Man and the Wasp post-credit scene.
Oh, just the post-credit
just the
scene.
post-credit scene.
Yeah, I know. That's all you. Yeah, exactly. Did you go with anybody to see this movie, by the way?
Yes, I went with my... Oh, wait, actually, before that part, like, and then, like, if I do it again, I would say watch Thor and then the rest, because, like, when you watch Avengers and like, Loki and Thor there, it's kind of like, where'd they come from? Yeah, that's kind of weird, so it's like, that doesn't really explain much, so, yeah. But, I went with my girlfriend, her brother, and our friend Paul.
Very nice, and I appreciate the invite. Because to be honest, for all those who are listening to this, we actually live in 2 different countries. I live in Canada, the greatest place on earth, and Tekken lives in the cesspool of deformity and depravity, the United States of America. How's that Trump thing going on, by the way? Have you fixed that situation yet?
Nope.
Okay, because that was on your plans, and your plans of things to do is fix that Trump thing.
What are you talking about? I never said that.
When he got elected, I said, "What's going on, Tekken?" He said, "Don't worry, I'll fix it."
I never said
And so it's been 2 years, Tekken, and what have you done to fix it?
Whatever. I never said
Exactly. So, okay. But I, weirdly enough, saw that Avengers Endgame also in America. Figure that out. I was on vacation, and I had spent, like I told Tekken, I spent a lot of money because you Americans gouge us Canadians because we're the greatest country in the world with the exchange rate. So I spent a good $500 in Disneyland, $600 in Paramount Studios, and so as the week got on, I got poorer and poorer. So I decided, some Friday, let's do something kind of cheap, and
Let's do something kind of cheap.
and because we're down to eating cheese and crackers, and we're saying we have to find something cheap. So and you know how much movie theaters cost, so it wasn't exactly that cheap. But we went and saw, and this is the best part. It opened Thursday night, right? And they were showing, as you know, Tekken, they're having like on the hour overnight. They had Endgame viewings, and they're just going through the whole weekend to try to beat the box office and all that records and all that, right?
Yep.
So I went for the 2 o'clock show on Friday afternoon, and I took the kids, and yeah, I must say, it was the quickest 3 hours that I've ever sat through for any movie in the existence of my life. There's some movies that'll just like Titanic, like get on with the sinking already. Come on. It's nice that you threw the boobs in. That's nice, but come on, let's get to the sinking. Now you know why they put that product placement in there to keep everybody's interest going. But come on, get to the sinking already. And there's other movies too. But I will say this: it was a very quick 3 hours. Even my kids, who kids today have the attention spans of a flea, they were saying, "Wow, that was 3 hours. That's fantastic." So overall, a great job, and I loved it. Opening week. So you went and saw it on what night? Thursday or Friday or Friday? So I saw it before you. That's good. Actually, because there's a 3 hour time difference, I think we might have seen it at the same time. Wouldn't that have been awesome, Tekken? No, it wouldn't have. Anyways.
Wait a minute. How did you get tickets if like there was so much like pre-release like
I
early...
sat. Trust me. I had to look on my app for seats. All right. The Atomat, ATOM. You can go on there. Some of your theaters have it. And so they're showing the seats available, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so and pretty much every showing, if you didn't want the first row, you're not getting anything. So I wanted to go see it. And so I said, because I said last year I was in Vegas running a marathon, and I wanted to see the Infinity War. And so Sunday, after I ran the marathon, I said, well, I got nothing to do Sunday morning. They're playing it. I'm going to go and see it at a movie theater in Vegas. And my buddy says, Joe, you're in Vegas. You don't watch movies in Vegas. You go do other stuff in Vegas. So I said, okay. But by the time I got home, that's when, like already some of the spoilers have gotten out. So I said, well, I can't have that happen this year. So let's go Friday. So that's what we did. And so the first row we got was in the very front row. And thank you, AMC Theaters. Is that where you went, to AMC Theaters?
Yes.
They have some very nice chairs. They have the reclining chairs in California. Do you have a reclining chair?
Yeah.
Excellent. So they're not as good as the ones in Canada, because I'll tell you this much. They're not as big or as fluffier as the one in Canada. But again, we are the greatest country.
Oh wait,
in the
actually
world.
the one I went to was a Regal, not a AMC.
Oh, okay. That's good. Were the seats sticky?
No.
Oh, good for you. You got the lucky one. Anyways, so we went there, and it was front row, but we still got. Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't front row. It was second row from the front, but it was in the middle, and it was just like you're right in the whole thing. It was very nice. It was perfect. And being there on the opening weekend, as I mentioned, it was great for the fan atmosphere, because people were just going nuts over all the things. So, Tekken, you running with it from now.
Just so many like applause sequences, and I mean, I didn't see it myself, but someone I went with said that they looked around and saw people like tearing up at a certain part, and I was like, oh man. But like that final battle, man, so many applause sequences.
Well, I think by now everybody has seen the movie who's going to see the movie. It has now lost its first place ranking for the weekly box office now. Somebody beat it last week. And I'm still trying to see that movie because my children are jerks. I say, come on, we're going to go see John Wick. They're going, and then my daughter says, okay, well, and then when we get to go, no, I don't want to. It's like, come on, don't be like that. We're going to go see John Wick. And they're trying to tell me, so basically my daughter says, what happens if Thanos faced John Wick? I said, John Wick, he would just snap John Wick with snap. I said, no, John Wick would break all of his fingers, and he wouldn't be able to snap nothing. John Wick could put on the gauntlet and wish everybody back, plus the ones who lost their lives to the Soul Stone, and bam, go from there. So that's good. Anyways, go ahead, Tekken. I've just done my rant.
I was just talking about all the parts where people were clapping and.
Oh yes, we can spoil it. So okay, so spoilers. All right. Anyways, so I will say this much: I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the fact that a lot of things you weren't expecting happened at the start. You thought it was going to be one of these long, drawn-out confrontational things, and you get to Thanos at the end.
Oh man,
and
I did like that part at the beginning when they just get right to it, and it's like boom,
yeah,
pow. It's like oh.
yeah, you got that right.
I also like the whole since they did like the whole like time travel shenanigan thing, how they like fought Thanos twice. I thought that was kind of cool.
It's a time theft. It's time. Is it? No, it's a time. What do they call it? Time heist. Thank you. That's what you gotta make sure they do. Exactly, time heist. So you gotta make sure you say the right thing. Yes, it was very good, and but I absolutely like the fact that they went, and please excuse my language here, Tech, but it deserves it. They went balls out. All right. On bringing everybody in who need to be brought in, even for small little cameos on their time heist.
Oh yeah,
thing.
that was great. I mean, at first I was kind of because I thought it was too fan servicey, and then like the part when they're in the elevator and then Cap did like the Hell Hydra, I kind of like saw it coming because I was like, he's not gonna fight his way out of this one. He's gonna do Hell Hydra, and I think he did. But then I was like, that was kind of cool how he like he like changed to like know what to do instead of just like fighting like he would usually do before.
And that's the best thing. Everybody thought that was what's going to happen, and then they changed the whole directive right there.
And then it was really nice to see Stark finally meet his dad and like see that he wasn't just a complete jerk. Like he thought he was.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. As long as it's not his son, he's a complete nice person to them. But his son, he's still a jerk. Oh, you're Tony? Oh, you're a jackass. Anyways, but no, it was nice. Like the Robert Redford showing up, and Renee Russo showing up and doing her big, and even like
yeah, the whole fat Thor thing, and then like eat a salad.
Yeah, like and the best part is that my favorite guys from Ragnarok survived. How they survived after Thanos? I thought Thanos wiped everybody out, but I guess those two guys survived because they're warriors. They're warriors, and it's just I'm just very happy to see how it all happened. It's just fantastic. But it's like I said, they went all out on making sure this movie, which is the last of the phase, whatever you want to call it, they put every single bit of effort they could to make this such a spectacular that it was just, you can't deny the greatness of this. You can have your detractors, whatever, but it's just sheer brilliance, and the magnitude is just so far out there. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and then like watching like Infinity War and then Endgame back to back, since I did like watch all of them up like leading up to this, I thought it was really cool what the MCU did to like Thanos as a character, as far as like the way they adapted him versus like in the comics, and how he's not like obsessed with death, but he's obsessed with balance. So I really thought that was like a neat touch on his character. And then I thought that was cool how like in the past Thanos, like when he came forward though, like how like seeing what they did to him in the future changed him to where he's like, well, now I'm going to kill everybody.
Yeah,
that was great. Where realigned the balance of like how he really how he is more like in the comics. I thought that was great.
Oh yeah, well they ticked him off enough. He says, "Yeah, I'm going to really enjoy this," and there you go. And then you get those special little moments you weren't expecting. Of course, the big one being somebody grabbing the hammer or having the hammer in his hand.
That's my favorite part.
That
That's very.
that and you look on YouTube and you can see the reactions. But in my theater as well, and I'm sure yours too, just an
Yep.
explosion of cheers.
Yep. It was great.
That and the Avengers Assemble.
Man, that was like the two things I wanted. I got, and I was happy because I wanted the Thanos Scarecrow armor, and that was in the very beginning. And then
Yep.
I wanted them to call Avengers a symbol, like I said when we podcasted that one time. And it wasn't like both of them, but I don't care. Like as long as they did it, they finally did it after 10 years or however many years, 20 movies. Finally did it, and it was great. It's like so awesome.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And you got to see, of course, the progression of the Banner Hulk, which was fantastic. It was a nice. He just starts look. If you look at all these movies as we go on, he looks more and more like he gets more bannerish. Even though you say CGI is getting much better and much better, I'm just saying if you look from where the Hulk was in the first Avengers to all the movies he's been in since, now you could just see a whole defined banner. Like it's not just CGI. They took the character itself and they made it better over and over and over the years. So that was also a very nice thing. And of course, him being the one. Just remember who brought everybody back. All right, nobody's making all hulky, making statues of him, but you should because he's the guy who could do it, right? So it's just So he gets some much needed love for sure.
I also like that part when they just like rip on all like the time travel movies, and they're like, "That's not how it works."
Yeah,
I thought that was great.
yeah. Back to the Future. Oh, poor Back to the Future, I tell you. And then of course Ant-Man said, "Yeah, you want my picture? Hey, you want?" And the Hulk and they say, "Yeah, go have your picture." No, no,
Yeah,
no,
that
no,
part
no.
was funny.
I'm not going to be your pity person. No, go have your picture too. Yay, it's Ant-Man. No, it's okay. So it was a lot of great stuff for sure. My daughter was very happy to see the return of Spider-Man, so that's good. We're a month and a half away from the Spider-Man movie coming out, Far From Home. Now I thought that movie was. They said it was going to be between. It was before. It was after, of course, the first Spider-Man movie, but before Infinity War. I thought that was the time frame, but now they're saying, and I guess they had to say it so they wouldn't spoil anything. But now they're saying it's going to be post Endgame Spider-Man. So you're going to see him with the repercussions of Tony dying and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah, I really like the part when it did the instant kill mode. I thought that was funny. That was great. How that was in there.
Yep. Oh, see, and it pays off, right? It absolutely pays off from what they put in, and that's what there's a lot of payoffs.
Yeah, there's a lot of
in
payoffs.
This thing. Who was the only guy to kind of move the hammer back in Avengers #2? Captain America was, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why he was able to hold it this time around.
Yeah, and then Thor's like, "I knew it."
I know it. No, exactly. He knew he was worthy. But I want to say something about Chris Evans, and not a lot of people in my head could have pulled off Captain America, because you have he's America, he's Captain of America, and not a lot of people could pull that off. And rewatching some of the old Captain America stuff, he took it to a grand level that was so great without sacrificing what it was. I just have a feeling he just was so perfect for that role, and you never thought he would be if you looked at some of the roles he was beforehand as the hot-headed Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four, but somehow he was able to do it, and good for him. It was fantastic. Yeah, like this progression of all the characters, of course, but definitely just fantastic. If you're going to be saddled with one character stereotype for the rest of your life, make it Captain America instead of Hoochie #2 or whatever other. That's what some people are stuck with. I'm just saying, if you're going to you get stereotyped in Hollywood, Tech, and hate to tell you, I was there in Hollywood and I could see the stereotypes. All right.
I don't know where this is going.
I'm walking down Hollywood Boulevard, All right. And I'm walking with my family, and we're looking at all the Hollywood stars on the ground there. Guy comes up and goes, hey man, I was on Kimmel on Monday. Want my CD? Puts a CD in my hand, and so I have it in my hand. I go, oh, thank you. He goes, hey, that's at least like worth something, isn't it? I said, okay. He goes, hey, like $5 or something for all my hard work. I said, I only got three. He goes, give me back my CD. So I was stereotyped as a sucker. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, that's my story. Some guy wanted $5, only had three. He took his CD back. That's life. Anyways, where are we talking about, Tech?
We're talking about Endgame.
Endgame, perfect. I was lucky to survive California, Tekken. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, so Chris Evans, of course, like I said, fantastic in his role, and of course Tony, fantastic as always, and just a great movie. What did you think, Tekken?
I thought it was great. I very much enjoyed it, especially that last battle. Totally worth it. Just for that, because that was just
Exactly.
like a payoff of years and years and years. Giant epic battle. Justice League ain't got nothing on that. Just saying. So yeah.
Thanos didn't go down without a fight for sure.
Oh man. Yeah.
He was taking out people. He was whipping that Captain Marvel. You know, like she thought she's all something.
It felt,
And
yeah,
Thanos said,
it
"No,
was I think I said this about Infinity War, but like it felt very, like ripped from the comics, like very Marvel comics, just like the giant battle, everybody's there, stuff's going down, everybody's fighting, like everybody's involved. I just like I loved it, just like seeing all the characters in action, like side by side, so good.
the only thing that would have it was something like a George Perez would draw. It would be one of those battles, and he would draw every single character because that's George Perez. That was my feeling when everybody was fighting there. It's like George Perez could draw all these people, and he'd be the only artist who could. It was such a great thing.
Oh, and
So
it was nice to have like the little part with like the A Force with all the ladies. It's like oh yeah, that was neat.
A Force. Anyways, oh, are they not getting a movie now?
uh, maybe in a while.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to be an a-hole about A Force, so I'll just okay, good. Bring all the bring all the women in there. That's all good. Um, but the thing is, and I want to bring this up now since we're talking about future movies and all that. So Black Widow, spoilers, bit the dust. Right call or wrong call?
Mm, I mean, I don't think it's right or wrong, so I don't know.
That's the most definitive answer you've ever given.
I mean, it
Mm.
wasn't one of my favorite characters, so I didn't really care when it happened. So I was
What?
like, whatever.
She was the backbone of that team.
Well, really, the backbone of that
Yes.
team.
Yeah, she kept them all together.
You say so.
Yeah, she's the heart and soul, the human on that team.
I mean, I
Also,
guess it was kind of neat, because it was like the two assassin characters that went to Vormir. So it was like,
the
I mean, sure.
ones.
I mean, sure. One has like an actual family. The other one is kind of just like, not really. I just kill people.
That's
I mean,
all.
and then the other one's like kind of like after stuff went down, I kill people now because my family's gone, I have nothing to live for, so I'm gonna kill everybody else or the bad people, all the bad people because they have
Yep.
me. The good people got Thanos, but the bad people have me. I'm Hawkeye.
No, I'm Ronan.
He never said that.
I thought he. Yes,
No,
he's Ronan, wasn't he?
he never said that. Never said that.
All right. Well, he was Ronan. This just in, he was Ronan. Yeah, that's good. So that leaves us now with the future Tekken. And so, who do you want to see as the great big bad for the next phase? And
Ooh,
what?
okay,
And,
okay.
and
So,
and what's going to be this next
so I
phase?
think, I think my spider sense tells me that like since they
Oh
messed
God.
with or disrupted the time stream, I think that's a total Kang, like
Oh.
somewhere out there is gonna be like, what's this going on, and just bzz, and then just like yeah,
Are you saying he's going to be bathing in celestial juices?
No, I'm not saying that. I didn't say that. What the-
Bathing
Oh, okay.
in-
So basically, either Kang or like if Adam Warlock like turns like super evil in Guardians 3, and like they can't stop him, and it's like he like becomes a threat like beyond the Guardians, and then like isn't like, and they don't just like solve it in that movie, and like he's like the next big bag maybe.
Well,
So I think like
that'd be
I think the only way it could work is like if it's not Kang, it's like it has to be like, some other like celestial type character of like the cosmic realm, because everything else is like not up there as far as threat level.
um, like, but thing is, Adam Warlock. That'd be a nice. That'd be a change, of course, from what he is, right? But he always needed like a Thanos in power structure to take him. Now, could Adam Warlock be the gateway to finding or discovering who the next big
Yeah,
wig
yeah. See,
is?
I was thinking about that too, because like, um, well, I guess yeah, because I was thinking like stuff like the negative zone and like Nihilus and like stuff like that,
Yeah.
or just just stuff out there that's like it has to be something cosmic, because like anything that's like street level or planetary level, it's like after after you see that final sequence in Endgame, it's like, well, you can't really you
Yeah.
kind of got to be a very
Got it.
higher functioning being with a lot of power going on to
Well, okay.
be
So
a threat.
give me
I
your
mean,
top three.
or it could be like another thing like they did with the helmet Zemo in Civil War, where it's like just some dude that gets like really angry and just
Who
tries to
play,
like take him down with like some crazy plot. That'd be
who
cool.
played the game, and it worked for the most part.
Yeah, and he's not dead. He's still alive. So it's like maybe he comes back and he's like, okay, this time I really will break the Avengers or something.
Exactly. That's racism right there. That voice. All
What?
right, so that's racism. That voice. That was horrible. Anyways, so give me your top three bad guys who you think we could be the next big bag. You already gave me Kang.
Yeah, Kang, evil Adam Warlock, or okay, I just thought of this one since they haven't been introduced yet. Galactus, and then that's how you bring in the Fantastic Four. It's like, haha.
Yes, yes, and you bring because Fox has Disney owns Fox. They can have the X-Men back, and they can have the Fantastic Four back. So they can actually do an honest to good. I didn't mind the Fantastic Four, that last movie. It wasn't bad. It was better than everybody was saying, but it wasn't great. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't burn the theater down bad like everybody was saying. But anyways, but yes, it does lead into a couple things. Doom, you do that. You could do Secret Wars with the Beyonder, which would be nice and easy. You can do, of course, you're doing Kang with the time travel, and Annihilus, because a lot of these guys like Galactus and Annihilus, you can introduce them in the Fantastic Four movies. You can do a whole movie in the freaking Negative Zone if you really wanted to. Them doing a great big journey into the Negative Zone, and all of a sudden meeting up against Annihilus. Annihilus says, "What do you mean? There's another place?" Oh, and then just have the conquest and the that whole idea, right? There's tons of things they could do, and that's the best thing about Marvel is that they have enough bad guys in their arsenal that they can do anything as long as they stay away from the frickin' Celestials and their juices. I never got them, and I never will. These Eternals. Then I will. I'll be happy. I'll definitely be happy. But here's my question, you Tekken. All right, you know how you Americans love to hate everything after a while, right? You love, and then you shit on it, and then it comes back. Like, and we can look at everybody from from your movie stars, like they're great, and all of a sudden they find something, and then they shit on them, and they go and all that, or Britney Spears, she was so great, and then she went crazy, and then y'all shit on her, and then she came back, and then all that, and all that. So this new wave, okay, we're losing a whole bunch of heroes. Cap has gotten old, and Tony's dead, and all that. So it's not the same, and Widow's dead, and all that. So half your team is gone, all right, from the originals. How do you think this next idea and next phase will be as popular as the last one
Hmm.
without the major guys like Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, and of course Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, because you can. Yeah, I think it will be.
Or now is it time for America to shit on it, just like they shit on everything else?
What's your-
America, they shit on everything. There you go.
I don't see why it wouldn't be. I mean, they're just down a few characters, so.
Okay. So,
I mean, me personally, I was always Team Cap and not Team Iron Man, so.
so hmm. Now who is the next? Who would you make your next main figure? Tony was the main figure in the first phase because he was the first one out
Ooh,
of the blocks,
that's a
right?
good one.
And he was such a great actor, and he was able. So Tony was part of all this. He was the main part of a lot of, like, he was almost in every movie, et cetera, et cetera. Who is the next one? Is it Black Panther?
Could be. I
Is
mean,
it Captain Marvel?
let's see.
Who
So
would you
of
put?
the
Who would you put?
who would I
Captain
put as the
Marvel or
leader?
Black as the next lead hero in this next phase. Captain
Ew.
Marvel, Black Panther. I think you're
I don't
looking at
know.
another Iron Man and Captain America right there, in theory.
Hmm. That's a good question because I'm not really too sure.
Well, this is
Because
why we make you pick, and then
I'm
5 years down the road,
thinking.
I can say how much you're wrong or right. You're probably wrong.
I mean, let's see. So we've got. So we've still got Hawkeye, Thor. I mean, Cap is old, but he's still there. And then you got Banner. You're just missing Nat and Tony. So of the original six, there's like four of them still. So you could use one of the old ones, but I guess they'll probably pick a new one because that would make more sense.
Hmm.
So
And they've trumped up Captain Marvel enough. You watch that movie. How much did you enjoy Captain
I
Marvel?
thought it was, man, I thought it was okay. Like it was not good, not bad, just like okay. And then like, it's probably like the most mediocre movie to ever make $1 billion because I was like, that movie not that great, but I can't believe it made that much money because it wasn't that good. But it's like, whatever. I'm not
I
saying it's not.
liked I liked the what they did with the scrolls. As much as it would have been great to see the scrolls as a major baddie, it's always nice that they can kind of turn it around and make it something a little bit more uh, better than that, right? Because then Lord knows what would have happened if they were the bad guys. We'd have to deal with the secret invasion storyline, and oh, that would have just been death. So I wouldn't have liked that at all.
I also thought it was
Oh,
kind of like that like the one thing that she did in that movie was like the only thing she did in game. She like flew into a ship. I mean, yeah, she that fought Thanos, but like her big thing when she like came in was like, oh, just like she did in Captain Marvel when she flew through a ship. It's kind of like, oh.
well, it worked. If you had a strategy that worked, you keep going at it all the time. I would do that. You don't say, "Oh, I got to change up my strategy because I did it before." No, fly through those ships. Fly through two. I do it. Get yourself a hat trick. Go fly through three ships. What the heck? She
Um,
she knows what's up.
I think I think it's not gonna be Captain Marvel though,
Why
just
does Ric
because.
Flair always use the figure four? Because it always works, except
Okay.
when it doesn't. But he always goes. Why does Hulk Hogan always use the leg drop? Because it always worked. Why does Captain Marvel fly through ships? Because it always works. There you go.
Um, but yeah, I think because like they showed in Endgame that she's kind of like out in space doing stuff, so I think she's too busy to be a planet level hero.
Yeah.
She's too cosmic.
And that's a good way to write her off, right? Just send her off into space for a
Yeah.
while, and have her meet up with the Silver Surfer, and like that can be an end credit of say, "Hey, how you doing? Who are you? Why aren't you wearing any clothes, Surfer?" And he says, "Oh, here, hey, meet my boss." Dun dun dun.
Yeah,
And
because
then exactly right, and all of a sudden,
even in the like that movie, like like when Fury gives her the page or whatever, she's like only in case of emergencies. So it's like she's kind of just the big red button you push when things really go bad.
yeah,
So I'd see, yeah, I could
not
see
touching.
T'Challa more than her,
I'm
and
not
then
touching.
Of everybody else, definitely not Hank. Or I'm sorry, definitely not Scott Lang because he's just not as experienced and then too new.
Yeah.
Um, and then Doctor Strange, I would like to see him, but it's like he doesn't really seem like the leader type. So
What do
probably
you
not.
mean? What do you mean by that? You
He
are
hasn't grown
insane.
into like he hasn't grown into his like role as like the Sorcerer Supreme yet. So he's
If it
just
wasn't if it wasn't for him, Tony wouldn't be dead right now. Just remember that. And everybody would be dead. So just remember that too. Remember when he flipped him the finger and said, "One, here's your shot. Get at it, champ." And there you go.
I'm just saying like when you saw him in Infinity War when it was like him, Spider Man, Guardians, it was like he was abrasive. He wasn't very like everybody come together and be a team or like he wasn't trying to like unite them like Tony was. He wasn't as good of a like leader in that regard, I would say.
Okay. Okay, good. Good. Well, he's a doctor, you know. That's all
And
I'll
so
say.
oh, I guess Thor's still there, but like he's off with the Guardians now. So
Yes, and that's fine.
yeah, I'm fine with that too. I can't wait
Yes.
to see that movie. Guardians 3 is gonna be great.
Yep.
That's gonna be so fun. That was like
Yep.
one of my favorite parts of like Infinity War is like when they bumped into him and just had like the whole spiel about his pirate baby angel or whatever,
Yeah,
or pirate
exactly.
angel man, or this isn't a dude. It's like a pirate made a bait with an angel.
Exactly. So now let's see to my last question
Wait,
about
wait, wait, wait,
this.
wait. So if I okay, so my
Uh,
pick is
oh, you're
hmm.
still doing that, are you?
Well, I guess I mean, I guess Rhodey could because he's like, he's also like a military dude who has had
Yeah.
like training, but it's like, I
But
guess
then you,
Black
but then
Panther
you
makes
get
more sense
into
just because he has the resources to like, bankroll the team like Tony was. So,
the thing is, then you get into, oh, this guy just filling Iron Man's spot, and this guy's just filling Cap America's spot, and this guy is doing that, and then that leads. What does that lead into? Shitting on the Avengers. Don't give the fans a reason to shit on them. Oh, these Avengers aren't as good as the last Avengers. Who can play Captain America? I don't think I'll make it that. What about Iron Man? Tony, where's he? The War Machine. That's just another Iron Man ripoff. They're just filling in spots, filling the blanks. I hate the Avengers now. I'm gonna go and shit on the Avengers.
I mean, the only reason that like T'Challa makes sense to me is from New Avengers. I mean, Doctor Strange was on the team too, but like T'Challa, it seemed like T'Challa and Reed and like Tony were kind of like the big three brains on that one. So I'll take T'Challa as my pick. Who's your pick?
As filling in the roles,
Yeah.
as put him in. Captain Marvel has to be as a person. We have to have. I would like to see Black Panther. Absolutely get in there. And I would add. I'd keep Rhodey off just because I don't want anybody to start pissing on him just because he's the Avenger. He's just fell on Tony's spot. Um, I would have to say it better not be Scarlet Witch.
It won't be
I'd,
Scarlet Witch.
thank God. Um, I'd have to see who comes into the second phase, right? Because we're gonna have some of these people come in the second phase who will be part of this team. So I'm gonna leave that spot open for whoever is the big hitter in the phase number 2.
Well,
I
the
would like to see
only
Doctor Strange as a magic guy. I would like to see him come in too, but only not as an active member, just as a guy who showed up. Did you see where were the defenders in this thing? Did you see the meme yet that everybody's showing up and all of a sudden the defenders are still in an elevator?
no.
Right, no, they're just stuck there. They didn't come out. Way to go. That could have changed the whole tide right there. Luke Cage versus Thanos. Sign me up. Could they have not? Could they have not? If since they got this big star spangled thing, gotten the defenders to come in and fight. Come on. Jeez Louise. Would have been just to say you had everybody.
Maybe next
but
time.
no, maybe next time. That's you know what that is, maybe next time. You know what that really means?
What?
F you. That's what you hear every time. Maybe next time. F you. That's F you and your defenders. All right. So, can I go on with my talk now?
Um,
Are you done? Because we're
when
gonna
you were
talk about.
listing were you listing people that you thought would take the lead, or like the team? Because I thought we were
Oh,
doing just the
I
lead.
put team. It's gonna be Captain Marvel being the leader.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be Captain. She's the powerful one, right?
So
So
you wouldn't
she's
put
the one
Ant-Man on
who's
the team?
Ant-Man. Oh yeah, comic relief. You need to have that. Yes,
To me,
but
he's
for
like
as
the.
but you need to have. But you can't just have Phase One guys in the Avengers. You got to have some Phase Two people. So there, unless you want to have a super 12-person super team, and you know how much that works. Just in comic books, you know how well a super team works. So it's like, okay, but you got to have, yeah. Anyways, so Disney is coming out with a channel this November, Disney Plus. Are you interested in getting it?
Yeah.
How interested are you in any of these stupid Marvel shows that they have going on there?
How interested am I?
Well, I won't say like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's fine. I'm good with that. Scarlet Witch and the Vision. Just blow it up now. Just blow it up now. Like,
I'm interested in all of them.
hey, you know
until...
something? Nobody gave no shits that Vision didn't come back, did they? I don't see no. Where's the Vision? No. All I see is Black Widow's gone, Gamora's gone, and Gamora's still there. And even the what's her face? She died in the past, and she's still alive. But good old Vision. Nope, nobody gave two shits about him, and nobody should. Nobody should. Though he did have, I did like his one line in Avengers Ultron, and he said to Ultron, "Well, I was born yesterday." That I'll give credit for that. But other than that, blow it up now. Don't even record one little thing of the Scarlet Witch and Vision thing. I heard it's gonna be set in the 50s. How's that working? That's gotta be a false rumor. That's gotta be somebody going around making up stories. I don't make up stories. A man tried to give me a CD and tried to charge me $5 for it, and I said I only had 3, and he took the CD away from me, Tekken. That's robbery. That's all I'm saying.
I'm looking forward to all of them until like they're not good. So.
I thought you were gonna be talking like this. As soon as you start talking like this, Tekken, I know that you're ready to shit on the Avengers. Talk like this. I watched the Avengers right from the very first movie. This isn't my Avengers.
It's actually funny because the X-Men movie Dark Phoenix or whatever that it's called, like
that's
like,
yeah.
it's like giving me flashbacks of like why I stopped caring about superhero movies and I missed out on the Avengers until it was on Netflix and I was like whatever. I was just like completely like off the train. Yeah. And then like I watched it on Netflix. I was like, oh man, I've been missing out all this time, and I hadn't even like seen like most of like the Phase 1 and 2 stuff until recently when I had to catch up for Infinity War because I was like, oh I haven't seen all the old ones.
Yeah, you're like that.
Before,
I hate
like the first one I saw was well after Avengers anyway. The first one I saw was Winter Soldier. That's still one of my favorites. So and then Guardians. So
everybody says like Winter Soldier was a very well written movie. Like you can't go wrong with that movie. That movie had everything. It had no super big wig. It just had surprises and a great bad guy near the end, like the Hydra organization. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great story.
It was an espionage film, to be honest with you, and that's something you don't usually with a superhero. I'll call Captain America super with a superhero in the middle of it. But that was it was like a Mission Impossible movie. With Captain America.
Yeah, and then like when I rewatched it recently, like there's a ton of action sequences. Like there's like the beginning with the boat, then you have like the fight on the highway, which is insane. Oh, and then like the part when Fury is like almost like when they corner him and he like gets away. That's like one of the best scenes ever because like the music just like kicks in and like gets so tense and it's like oh man, and then like the part when like they're surrounding him and like the car's like telling him no police detected or whatever, and then just like a bunch of Hydra agents outside his car.
Yeah.
He's like, what's going on? And it's like, oh man, how's he gonna get out of this one? How's he gonna get out of this one? Like, and it just keeps going and going, and then like when a soldier shows up and like flips the car over with like explosives, it's like holy crap! It's just like man, that's great. That's an amazing scene. And then like the scene, the elevator scene. That's like an amazing fight. That's like one of the best fights. That's there's so many good action sequences in that movie.
See, everybody can talk about the movies, right? And the multiple movies and how there's a problem with, okay, Thor first movie was good, second movie people are shitting on, but they shouldn't, and the third movie was one of the best ones
Yeah,
out of them all because it was a
I like
different,
Dark World when I watched it because it
yeah.
felt very like fantasy in space, which is like something I don't get a lot of. And I was like, wow, that's a
But
really
but
neat setting and stuff.
but I'll take out of those three movies, I would take Ragnarok over any one of them, just because it was different, unique, and funny, and got the action sequences right, so it
Yeah,
played with everything. But
it was like the best action comedy. I think
yeah,
like the dynamic of that, and it had like the best Stanley or one of the best Stanley cameos when he cuts his hair. I thought that was great.
exactly. And then we have and we could talk about Iron Man, right? First movie was good. Second movie, I hardly even remember what the hell it was with
I liked all of them.
Whiplash, and then the third one was just fantastic with the Mandarin, right? And so
Hello,
again,
America.
ooh,
You'll never see me coming.
coming. I watched the little blip afterwards when they're doing the well, I shouldn't say the blip, the little mockumentary with him in prison. Did you ever watch that?
No,
Oh, there's a whole thing. You got to
I
go.
need to go back and watch all the special
Oh no,
effects.
go
Behind
on
the scenes.
go on YouTube and just go Mandarin, and you'll see like it's like 11-minute short of him in prison and how he's dealing with everything, right? So it's fantastic. Uh, but again, there's one movie that people kind of shit on, right? I still can't remember number two. All I remember him is fighting the guy in Monte Carlo. That's all I can remember about Iron Man 2. Mickey Rourke. That's it. So, but we talk about Captain America in his three movies. The first Avenger, fantastic movie. Then we have Winter Soldier, fantastic movie. One of the best ones of the whole MCU. And then we have Civil War, which was fantastic as well. Right? So there was that. So Captain America was the one that was constantly built in realism. I'm going to say that because there was no big bad, and maybe that's the reason why I liked him so much. Is like, here's a guy fighting regular, down to earth terrorist groups and all that. That always was the one that brought the goods. That's for sure. Always brought the goods. Made the pancakes and flipped the waffles. Absolutely. But this Disney Plus, you're gonna buy it. It's what? How much is it gonna be a month? It's gonna be like $20 a month.
It's $20 a month. I'm not.
Okay. How much? What's your limit? $9.99.
I don't know. Whatever I'm paying for Netflix right now.
So you get that, and you get all the Disney movies, all the Disney cartoons, and you get the programs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be interesting to see, because you have Netflix, right?
Yep.
And so how much is that going to take effect away from you, right?
Not much.
Okay. That's good. Moon Knight. Bring him into the MCU. That's what you got to do. All right. Anything else you want to say before we go, Tekken?
Hickman's writing X-Men. Cannot wait.
Yes.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yes.
Hopefully, just like his new Avengers and Avengers run, which were
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
Encouraging storyline.
Yes.
I would say only rivaled by Ragnarok now in Uncanny Avengers, because that was an amazing. Remender did a great job with that too. There's like my two favorites back when I was reading comics again.
Back. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna say, and you always skip, and I'm mad at you for this. You always skip his Fantastic Four run,
I haven't
Hickman,
read it.
and you always skip it. That's why you skip it, because you haven't read it. But you should. It was a fantastic read. I loved Hickman in there. His Avengers run, I was along with him for the ride. It was fantastic. It was, and X-Men, I'm sure will do something. It has to do something, because I have zero to no interest. And they're pretty much the same thing, Tekken. Zero to no interest in the frickin' X-Men, because they've been done to death and done to death and done to death. So we'll have to, like, he's got to come, like, this is his big task, is he's got to try to figure out how to make them interesting again. And I don't want him, like Morrison was the last guy that really piqued my interest for the X-Men. Did you read Morris? No, I shouldn't say that. Shouldn't say that. Then I had no, that was wrong. Morrison did it, and then he passed it off to um, oh, I'm old and I forget names. Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon and Cassidy doing their Uncanny. Those and that was last time I was interested. And I just realized that the X-Men there 2001 that started that run. So it's about 5 years. So it's been close to well over a decade and a half since the last time I gave two poops about the X-Men. Read the Fantastic Four Hickman. All right? That's your homework. Don't fail me. Fantastic Four are one of my favorite teams and one of my favorite books of all time. I love reading them. I love the family dynamics. I love Ben Grimm. and and what are you laughing at? It's horrible.
This is the thing. You're just like, I like Ben Grimm. That just makes sense to me on a personal
Yeah,
level.
that's his
You would say
name.
that.
Ben Grimm, exactly. He's rock hard, and he's and I'd say that too, wouldn't I? Yes, I did. Exactly. Bathing in the celestial juices. Anyways, it's going to be interesting this phase 2 of the Avengers.
Not
I hope
phase 2. It'll be phase 4.
4, 6, 8, whatever.
I think the
This
first
is
film or the first character is like Shang-Chi. That's or not the first new one anyway. Besides
well.
all the
There's your
sequels.
first Avenger right there. There's your new Avenger right there.
Maybe he'll lead the team.
Sure, why not? Tekken called it on May the 21st, 2019 at 10:12 a.m. He says Shang-Chi's going to be the leader of the Avengers. We'll make sure to remember that. To rub it in his face when he doesn't even when the movie bombs and then everybody starts shitting on it, you Americans. I tell you. All right, Tekken. Anything else you want to talk about?
Um. Hmm.
If you haven't read the Ice Cream Man books from Image, read the Ice Cream Man books from Image. They are fantastic.
What's it about?
Ice Cream Man.
I think.
It's about a demon who is terrorizing this small town in the form of an ice cream man, and then there's this other dude that comes in from another dimension trying to stop him, and he's not doing a very good job. But they're single story issues, and they're very well done. Some don't make sense. There's one written completely in Spanish, and it told the story. I don't know Spanish, but it told the story, and they threw some English in there to help me along. But for the most part, mostly Spanish, and that was fine. But it's something new, different, and unique. And I would say you should go and check it out, Tekken, because I think you'd enjoy it.
Oh, I remember last time. Well, I don't know if it was last time. But I brought this up last time we were talking about the MCU, and I said that the MCU has basically eclipsed Star Wars in like popularity and success
Yep.
or whatever, because I mean not because Disney ran into the ground, but partially because of that, and just like because it's just such a
No.
big success. So do you still disagree with me on that?
No, I'm
'Cause
not going to disagree with
at
you
the
on
time you're
that.
like, no, we're taking. Nah.
Well, what was this like? Well, we've been talking now for 20 years, so I don't know. But oh, it's been almost 20 years. But,
Yeah, I know. I saw that Facebook memory. I was like, wow, it's been a long time.
oh, celestial juices. Now, no, Star Wars will always be Star Wars. It has a broader universal appeal, but the thing is, they only have certain characters that they can make movies with. MCU has lots of characters they can make movies with, and good quality movies with. And so I can see now they can start eclipsing those guys because they can only. Sorry, Paul. I know he's listening. But at the same time, Marvel has the resources available to make this happen. I'm just interested in seeing the Marvel Star Wars crossover.
That No way. I mean, if that happens, that'd be cool. But I just right now that'd be weird. That's weird to me. Oh, okay. I have a question.
Kang
So, like,
comes back and brings Luke Skywalker back to life. Oh, spoilers! And then he fights. Then he fights Iron Man, who's been brought back to life. Oh wait, spoilers! And they
oh
can just have a big
gosh,
fight. Yeah, they can have a big fight. There you go.
what is?
Oh no, him and the guy formerly known as Ronan can have a sword fight. There you go. Lightsaber duel. There you go. See, wouldn't that be awesome? Right? Send me the check, Marvel. I just wrote your next movie. There you go.
Um, who's the most obscure character you want them to make a movie about in the MCU?
Wow.
I think the sky's the limit right now. Like until they make a like until
Oh
one of the
yeah.
movies bombs. I mean, Captain Marvel was like super mediocre. I'm just saying, it made $1 billion. So
Nova.
that'd
I
be
think they're
cool.
gonna do it. I shouldn't say it. That Nova Richard Rider would be one. Oh. Oh. That's a very good question, Tech. Because pretty much they've made all the big names. Um,
I would say dupe of the X-Men. Personally, I just wanted like a whole thing of the Summers family. But that's like that's way in the future when we finally get the mutants. And it's like the whole thing with like Cyclops and Cable and Jean Grey and like just like Phoenix Force.
Moon Knight. What am I talking about? Moon Knight. Make Moon Knight. Make a Defenders. Make a Defenders movie. Turf all these other guys. Call themselves Defenders. Make Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer, Namor, and the Hulk. Make them your Defenders, and you can make your own separate team like movies like that.
Oh,
And
that'd
then
be neat. If
thank
they
you.
had like other teams besides the Avengers, that'd be cool.
And Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider.
Nicolas Cage. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the original.
I see
I
the
was.
door. I see the door. The door is opening. Yeah. I want that Defenders. And that is maybe why they're still stuck in the elevator shaft waiting to fight. Because they're Marvel saying, okay, you're like the mini Defenders, and we have the big Defenders, and we already have two of them. So all you need is Namor flopping out. And with Aquaman's popularity, I don't think you'll see Namor because they'll start talking about comparisons. But Silver Surfer is available too. So, but that's a Phase 16 movie, I think. Because if we're already at Phase 4, and we haven't even brought Galactus in, we can't really bring the Silver Surfer in. So, but when that happens, and by then, maybe the Avengers are gone, and they'll just replace them with the Defenders, and I'll be very happy. Nighthawk, Valkyrie. We already have Valkyrie. Like, we're getting there. All we need is Hellcat, She-Hulk. When Mark Ruffalo decides to hang it up, then we can always bring in She-Hulk. There you go. So there's lots of options, but Moon Knight would be my dude.
Okie dokie.
Yowie wowie. I can go with that on you. Perfect. Sign us off there, big man.
All right. So yeah, that was Comic Book Talk podcast
Yes, yeah.
for today, May 21st, 2019. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for.
We'll talk to you another 3 months.
Thanks for listening, and until you hear from us again, we're now signing off.
Zowie wowie.